YouTube, I'm back as promised with my skincare video. Of course, since I only get 10 minutes, this is going to be in a few parts. I struggled with figuring out a way to do these videos because it's hard because people have different skin types and I'm not there to analyze each and every one of your skin. Although I am willing to make it an interactive thing where I would definitely willing to help any of you. If you email me or message me on an individual basis, I would be more than happy to be there to help you. So in this video, I think it's important that you know a little bit about me and my background and how I go about evaluating products. I think that's very important. Okay, first things first, I'm not a doctor. I'm a licensed master esthetician and medical esthetician, and I'm a makeup artist, which you guys already know that. I went and I started out in college as a biology and chemistry major because I wanted to be a dermatologist. Never finished it. I never excelled in math, had too much stifled creativity to go on with it. Wound up working in finance for years, always freelancing, doing makeup on the side. And then a few years ago, I went back to school for aesthetics. I found the best school that I could, and it was in Las Vegas. Most schools will only teach you basically how to wash a face. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to learn how to help people. You know, I wanted to learn laser work and chemicals and all of that. And that's what I got to do at the school I went to. Now, I went to a Dermalogica sponsored school. I am not the biggest fan of Dermalogica products. There are a few that I do like and I can recommend, but that's a whole other story. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to break this video into parts addressing different skin types like acneic skin, aging skin, how to prevent aging skin, and everything, all of that. But I'm going to start this video with just basic things that anybody can look for in the drugstore. Basically how to read ingredients and what to avoid. And I think that is so important because women and men and people think that the things that they're purchasing and putting on their face are benefiting them when in fact they're doing irreversible harm. And okay, let's get into those ingredients. Okay, first and foremost, I think when you're looking for a product, no matter what it is, and it has any kind of active ingredient, like salicylic acid, or glycolic acid, or a BHA, a beta hydroxy acid, it needs to be in stable packaging. And this is where I get pissed off at every cosmetic line and skincare line, because they know better. Every single one of these lines, okay, from any Estee Lauder owned company to what you see in the drugstore, Procter & Gamble, Oil of Olay, to Neutrogena, they have wonderful products and they have products that are absolutely harmful for your skin. Now, when I say stable packaging, I'm going to give you an example. Right here is the perfect example. Crème de la Mer. Okay, I used to worship this stuff, and it feels good on my skin, but they claim to have all these properties in it that are wonderful for your skin. As you can see, this is so old I will never buy it again. Anything that's packaged in a jar, air gets into it. So when it has properties like antioxidants and active ingredients, once it hits the air, they're so sensitive, it renders them absolutely useless. So when you see anything in a jar and it's claiming to have active ingredients or antioxidants, don't even think about purchasing it. It needs to be in a tube, something like this, or in a pump, something airtight. That is one of the biggest things that I can stress to you. Second thing is what to avoid. And as I said, I'm going to go into picking products, and they will be probably in the next video because I only get 10 minutes. What to avoid? Alcohol. If you've watched my other videos, you've seen how important it is to stay away from alcohol. Now, there are different types of alcohol some of which are beneficial to the skin, and those are stearyl alcohol and lactate alcohol, SD alcohols. Those are more or less fatty alcohols. They're more like thickeners that they use in products, and those are okay. So we can get further into that in other videos. Okay, so that's one thing to avoid. So you want to stay away from that, because anything with alcohol in it, I know they use it in a lot of products for people with oily and acne skin, but all that's doing to your skin is causing irritation and cellular damage. It's stripping your skin of natural oils it needs to be healthy. That I stress tremendously. Also, and this is something a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but essential oils such as lavender, which is known to be soothing. Yes, it's soothing when inhaled. It is not soothing on the skin. Botanicals, they're actually harmful to the skin and they're irritants. And even though you might not react to a product with these things in them, it's doing damage beneath the epidermis, which is the top layer of your skin. Avoid anything with these essential oils such as lavender, arnica, cinnamon, menthol. Perfect example of that, peppermint. Okay, lip balms. They have menthol in them. They irritate your lips. They do not moisturize your lips. That's what keeps you coming back and buying more. It dries them out. It is not something beneficial in the least. These are things that are great to ingest, and we could also talk about that in a different video. They are not good to put onto your skin. They're irritating. So these are the most important things I think that need to be addressed before I go further into classifying products and choosing products. And I can touch on the high end as well as the low end, and I won't consider them low end because the ones that I'm going to talk to you about I don't consider low in any way, because I think that they're beneficial. And it's funny that every line has good and bad except for a few that I have found. And one happens to be Burt's Bees. The only product that I've found in their line has been one chapstick, because it contains no irritants. Another thing we could talk about later. But like I said before, the 3 things you really need to look for any skin type is stable packaging, where air can't hit the ingredients, irritants such as alcohol, menthol, cinnamon, arnica, ylang ylang, all of these things. Anything botanical is not going to do anything helpful to your skin. Like I said before, I learned this not only through school, but from always being fascinated in skincare and really researching products before I buy them and look into them. And I don't read something and say, oh, it's dermatologist tested, because of the fact that, okay, so the dermatologist tested it, but what was the outcome? I mean, come on now. You can't buy into that. Dermatologist approved. Okay, was it his line that he approved? Because you got to look into the studies behind these products. Most of them are not blind studies, meaning that the studies are done by the company themselves. So you got to look into the studies outside of their study. It gets complicated in that area, and this is why I wanted to address this first and foremost before I start going into the actual recommendations and products that are good for different classifications of skin. I might sound crazy, and you guys might think that when I'm saying, oh, I love lavender, it's so calming, it's so soothing. It's not. It's an irritant. It's terrible for the skin. Another thing you want to stay away from is anything abrasive, harsh scrubs. It's fine when you're going to somebody who's licensed and using a microdermabrasion machine on you or a laser, but to use harsh cleansers and scrubs on your face, such as pumice stone or walnuts or things of that nature, it is not a good idea. You want to be gentle with your skin.